Rebecca Jackson and the Quintec racing team arrive at Donington Park to embark on a busy race day, for more reasons than one. The noble steed that is the Turtle Wax Boxster was being fully prepped for an ocean cruise. The track was wet and the rain was heavy throughout qualifying. So, with the mission objective clarified and Rebecca all fired up, it was time to head into the unknown and gun for glory. In the early stages, it was all smiles with Rebecca up in P3 overall. But with a misted windscreen, in she came for clearer vision while the team adjusted the tyre pressures to lighten the load. But the gearbox gremlins returned, and with third gear going AWOL, Rebecca had to finish the session in fourth gear, allowing the opposition to close in. So, with qualifying over, it was time to debrief.
Qualifying started off really well. We were third overall, which we were absolutely delighted with, and it was a bit of a damp track, and it got to a point where I just couldn't see anything at all, so I had to come in and we had to clean the windscreen on the inside, and went out again, and then I lost third gear. So I had to do the rest of the session in fourth gear, by which point other people had found a bit of pace, and so we ended up being seventh in class. So we've got a bit of work to do for the race.
As the team donned spanners, pliers and axle grease, the Boxster was returned to perfect working order. Just in time too, as the sun was starting to appear over the circuit, which was still fairly damp.
When they go out, the race will be underway. They do so. Good start from pole position by Alan Gibson in the XE.
With the race underway, Rebecca wasted no time charging towards Redgate. Overtaking was very much on the agenda, and there was to be no waiting around. But on the run down to the Craner Curves for the first time, too many cars got into too small a space. One swerved in front of the Jensen in front of Rebecca, and there was nowhere to go. Rebecca was fired unceremoniously into the gravel before the first lap was even over.
Well, the race could have been better. I mean, we didn't get to race for starters. Got a really good start and overtook quite a few cars going into Redgate and down towards Craner Curves. It all got a bit busy, and Jensen Healy and myself made contact. There was nowhere for me to go. Unfortunately, I didn't carry on racing. I ended up in the gravel and he managed to continue his race. So it's mightily disappointing. I mean, the team works really, really hard to get the car ready for racing, and you build yourself up to this day. There's a plethora of emotions that you go through, so it's really disappointing when something happens to end your race in the very first lap. Yes, I have another race to look forward to. Qualified in pole for the Smart Racing, and hopefully we'll maintain that position.
For a top-level racing driver, diversity is what turns great racers into world champions. So a second race of the day for Rebecca in the Smart 4-2 Cup. Pole position was the perfect start, but more mechanical gremlins intervened and ruined what could have been a perfect victory. With the Smart finishing the race in limp mode, all Rebecca could manage was fifth place, but still only 16 seconds off the lead. It's time to reflect on a long day at the office.
I've retired now to my Volkswagen California, which I've got for what would have been the ultimate weekend racing. I'm off to Snetterton next, where I'll be driving a Morgan tomorrow, which I'm really, really excited about. Hopefully that will cheer me up after a not so great day today.
The idea of today's race is really it's an end-of-season fun race. So we get involved with teams of cars, which we never do normally, and then we race against other cars that we never do. Normally within the Morgan Challenge, we're only racing other Morgans. Today we were racing MGs and BMWs and all assorted cars, which is great fun because for the slower drivers amongst us, we get to overtake something now and again. Our qualifying was absolutely excellent. Yeah, the weather conditions were far better than we had yesterday, and I think everybody has achieved their fastest laps today, so perfect.
The MG Car Club's British Heritage Relay is as much about fun as it is about teamwork. For Rebecca, it's a golden opportunity for more track time and more experience. But it's a very different experience for the drivers.
I wasn't supposed to be going out for another hour, but we just had a vibration issue on the lead ARB6 car. So Phil's just gone out. They're having a look at the issue now, and have to sit and wait.
The term relay is taken quite literally. Just like in the Olympics, relay racing changeovers take a fraction of a second, but there are no batons here. The only way to achieve that is to have a second car and driver on standby. In this race, timing is everything. As one car comes in, the next one goes out. The team is still hard at it to eradicate the vibration from the car that Rebecca will race with. So, it's time for a quick change of strategy. The team have done everything they can to get the car out on track, and as Christian McCarthy is out on track, Rebecca is getting ready to go.
Rebecca's sat in the car ready. We've currently got Christian out in his roadster. The car's warmed up, she's belted up. All she's got to do is pull her straps down and then go.
The moment of truth arrives. Christian comes in, and it's game on for Rebecca. But sadly, not for long.
I was on pace for qualifying, having a really great time. So I was really looking forward to the race, and I was quite excited that I was put in for the final stint as well. Quite a lot of responsibility, and went out and straight away it wasn't firing properly. So teamwork is really important in racing, and especially with endurance racing. Tony is out there at the moment in Baby Doll, which has proved to be very reliable. Tony's already officially done his stint, so he's back out there fighting for the team to try and do whatever we can. It is all about working together to try and resolve the problems and resolve the issues. I was really hoping that today would restore my faith in motorsport. No, I'm kidding. Motorsport can go wrong sometimes.
So as Rebecca ends a frustrating weekend, Baby Doll crosses the line.
We finished in 7th place overall. Until the last hour we were 3rd. Unfortunately we did have a couple of issues during the last hour of the relay, which was a bit disappointing, but a thoroughly enjoyable day. We had a good race.